Hello, you guys. Let me know if you can hear me because I'm trying some stuff. I'm always trying stuff. So let me know if you can hear me because I got two things going on at one time. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Saturday. Happy birthday. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Good morning, John. Good morning, C Tim. Good morning, Marissa. Let me know if you can hear me, Marissa, because I'm trying new stuff. So let me know if you can hear me. Because I want to go out to my living room so that I can, thank you. I want to go out to my living room so that we can look at the plants there and start with there. But if not, I'm going to go back to what I know. So let me know if you can hear me. Let me know in the chat if you can hear me. Thumbs up or something to let me know you can hear me. I know it says I'm muted, but I'm actually using my other phone. Yes, you can hear me perfect. Okay. Happy Saturday, you guys. It's not Saturday, it's actually Monday because we're live. And today is actually my born day. So I'm celebrating my 55th birthday today. Yay! And I decided that I wanted to celebrate my birthday by embracing the next chapter in my life. So I mentioned to you guys that I wanted to move abroad, and part of that process is going to require some downsizing. To be fair, every plan B that I have going forward would not would only benefit from me downsizing my life. Now, my life is not too hectic or complicated or heavy, but there's some downsizing that needs to happen. Hey, Danny, how are you? Yes, yeah, the downsizing is real. So I kind of want to talk a little bit about the downsizing, but I'm gonna really focus in on the plants today. So right now in my collection, I have about, I would say maybe 70. I got rid of a couple of plants already. I couldn't even help myself. I was trying to make sure that my trash can is filled every time they come to pick it up. Like it's, you know, that I'm maximizing on the fact that I have a full trash can that I can fill with things that I no longer need. And so before I knew it, I had chucked them and I was like, oh, oops. Hello, Cindy. How are you from Ontario, Canada? Yes, 30 plants. That even with the 30, I want to combine some to make my pot collection smaller. And really that's because, come on, plant people, I'm gonna get it down to a number so that moving it is gonna be less hectic. But if I get where I'm going and I realize that, one or two extra plants might not hurt, I will add more. But I want to be mindful that, I will be crashing on my daughter's couch. And so I don't want to overextend and make other people uncomfortable. So I want to be mindful of that. But yes, thank you, Cindy. Thank you so much. Yes, today is my actual birthday. I usually celebrate the whole month. I'm not afraid of that. But today is actually my born day. So, yes, yes. Ah, thank you, Latina plants. Yes, yes. You see what I have on today? I got this from Mexico when I went to visit Mexico, and I saw all the beautiful abuelas wearing something similar to this with like white flowy skirts, and I fell in love and I was like, I gotta get me one. So I brought this, and this is my first time wearing it, and I love it. I think it's really pretty. I really couldn't figure out how I wanted to style it, but child, I was like, I'm throwing this on today. It's my birthday. It's my birthday. You guys are speaking to each other. I love that. This community is amazing, and it extends so far and wide, right? Our community doesn't just talk about plants, which, I don't mind that, but it talks about a whole bunch of things. So a lot of people in this chat, Marissa, C-Tim, Natural LID, all have channels. So don't forget to go and check those channels out, because they produce amazing content, from trading to aromatherapy to actual mental therapy. It runs the gamut. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I'm embracing this move as much as possible. People don't talk about the emotional aspects of downsizing. And I think for me, this has been the hardest part, is the thought of downsizing my plant. I want to look at this camera so bad, because the camera is right here. You can't see it, but it's right here. And I want to talk about the emotional part of, but I'm not gonna make this sad. Trust and believe me. We're gonna have fun today. You know what? She is a plant person, but don't tell her. She be killing plants. But she has the bug in her, and she has it honest, because my mom has a green thumb and I've developed a green thumb. So I think it's gonna go to her. She ain't quite there yet. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm loving it. I can only imagine that once it hits the summer, because it's got like a little like lace in the back so you can get the air through. Child, I'm all about being a Mexican abuela. Yes, please give me some. Hola. Hi, Mary Love. Happy birthday. Thank you. Aw. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Thank you. Hey, Miss Lady June. How are you? I love it that you guys know each other in the chat. That just makes my heart sing so much. So this is what I want to do. Now, I'm practicing some stuff. So if you I know you guys say you can hear me, but let me know if the sound quality is good as well, because I'm actually using my sound from my phone, video from my computer, and I want to switch to the other one, but when I try to do that, sometimes you can hear the echoing. So I'm gonna bootleg some stuff, because at some point I want to get out to start to look at the plants in my living room, because, well, you know what? Let's see. Do I want to start in here? Let's see if I can start in here. Can I turn this camera? No, stop playing with me. I can't turn it? Why didn't I think about that before? Oops, that's my camera off. Okay. I don't know how I'm going to do this, y'all. But I'm going to turn this so that the camera is facing that way. Let me see what I can see over here. And I'm going to try this to add this other camera. Every time I do it, it freaks out. So, hey, Mimi, how are you? I'm going to try it and see what it does. So let's try it. If it goes whack, then I'm going to just go back to where I am. And if it really goes whack, I'm going to just go back to the computer itself. Thank you. Look, I want all of y'all to celebrate my birthday too. So if there is offering of a piece of cake or candy or snack or any place you find joy today, please enjoy and embrace and consume joy in honor of me today. Okay? So I'm gonna try this. Let's try and see what happened. Okay. Nothing went crazy. Okay. Now, I'm gonna try to walk with the camera and keep me on. Ooh, but I can't see the comments. This is janky. Not well planned. Okay. Let's start with the ones here. Can I do? I can't do my guests exclusively, can I? Because no, it's just gonna choose me. Probably. Probably. Okay. How do we want to do this? How do we want to do this? Because both of my plans are not working well. Or I could bring them to you, which always works, right? I can bring the plants to you and you can let me know. Okay, so this is how I want to do it. For those that are here, you can vote on whether or not this plant is going to make the collection. And remember, we only can bring 30. So I am going to write down the plant in my trusty dusty notebook, and with my purple pen, or should I use green? Should I use green? I'm going to write the plant down in my trusty dusty notebook, and we are going to vote on whether or not I should keep the plant. Okay? Like I said, I have about 70 or so plants, and so yeah. What I'm not quite doing is I'm not really counting. Yeah, we kind of are. Okay? So let's start with um I don't know, this troubled child right here. So this is my Mandula, reverted Mandula. It's hard to tell she reverted because she's so crispy. I honestly think the thrips had gotten to her. So I probably will be looking at each one of my plants like this because they all kind of are giving me a little bit of heebie-jeebies. But we are going to vote on her. So let's vote on the reverted Mandula. And if you think the reverted Mandula should come with, put her name in the chat. Or should we do it by number? No, because that's gonna be too hard. Put reverted Mandula in the chat if you think she should go. Oh yes, please do. Please hug a tree for me. Yes, we are celebrating my birthday. Oh, yay! I love that. I love that. I absolutely love that. Absolutely. Yes. Right now, I think my plant collection is down to around 70. So what I'm thinking what might be better is if I bring the ones that I'm struggling to bring with me and have you vote on those instead of bringing all 70, because that might make for a long video, right? So I think I'm gonna bring the ones that I'm struggling with to you and see if we could do that. So yeah, we can vote on. I love this. And let me tell you, John, in trying to decide which plants I want or which things in my house that I want to keep, that logic has played a huge role in helping me to decide what I want to keep and what I want to stay with me. And you are right, these do come a dime a dozen. I also have the mother plant, which needs to be watered. Don't do it. Don't do it. The mother plant that needs to be watered. Let me go full stream, mommy. So the mother plant that needs to be watered, I still have her, and then I have this one. So I see a couple of votes for the reverted Manjula, but she might be on, she might end up, I think I agree with you, John. I think she might end up on the hit list. And this is how I've been doing my moves so far. Um, I went through my things and I got rid of everything that I knew was trash, things that I didn't want to take with me and I didn't think would be good to give away. And then I went through and I picked out things that I knew already. I had a list of things in my life that I was like, I'm taking these regardless of where I go. And I put some of those things, packed some of those things up and put that up. And then the last part was to sort through that. I kind of want to keep it, but I wouldn't mind giving it away. And this is where we are now. With my plants, I would take every last one of the plants if I could. But I will say that the thrift sort of kind of took some of the joy out of some of these plants. I was really looking forward to building this plant up and getting it up and going, but the struggle of moving and dealing with all of that kind of makes dealing with sick plants not feel like something I want to do. So I think I might put this one on the hit list, and I might just, if I have to add more back in, then she might be a contender for that. But I think I might put her on the hit list. So I'm gonna write down the ones that are on the hit list, and she might, yeah, she might not make it. All right. Let's see. Hey, Winsome. Hey. Yes, Libra gang. Libra's in the house. Woo woo. Winsome's birthday is coming up soon too. Your birthday is the 4th, right? Because it's the day before my daughter's birthday. Oh, I hate when they what is that? What are you doing? Hey, Mary Love. I know, I love the little things at the bottom. Okay, it says, how about putting plants with thrifts aside? This is the thing about thrifts. Thrifts, thrifts love all the plants. So for me to have thrifts on one plant, in my mind, I have thrifts on all my plants because they travel. And so I have seen thrifts on a couple of plants. Let me bring one that I wanted to show you guys anyway. That I am now, okay, so let me bring her to you, and then I'm gonna tell you what's going on with her. Because you know, she loves to make an appearance anyway. Sorry. This is my baby. This is the Hoya Bella Louis Bois. And I did see thrips on this plant. I treated her with a systemic, but I also did the regular treatment of rinsing her off, spraying bug spray, and then spraying the sulfur spray. I need to make some more of that, by the way. But she has a peduncle. He has a peduncle. Where is it? Don't tell me, because I just saw it the other day. Don't tell me that blasted, because I would be butt hurt. I don't see it. Oh, seriously, I'm about to cry. Oh, no, here it is. Did it already flower? Okay, here's the peduncle. I don't want to touch anything. Here's the peduncle right here. But it looks like it already flowered. I saw it, swelling up and doing the thing. And I really spent a lot of time packing this weekend, so I wasn't really looking at my plants every day like I normally do. But I promise you, I think the peduncle has already flowered. And it seems like I have a lot of flowering plants in the same area. And so every day there's spent flowers on the floor. So there are some spent flowers there. I can't really tell if it's that or not, but sucks to be me. I think I missed it. because it doesn't look like it's in here. Now I don't see any like thrip damage, so I don't think the thrips got to it. But she's also got a new shoot. He has a new shoot coming off right here too. So this one was on the list, and so I don't really want to. I don't mind using just the ones that got thrips, but I feel like all of them have been exposed to thrips. So that would mean I wouldn't bring any of them. And that might take me out. That might take me out, y'all. That might take me out. John, your birthday is October the 8th? Yes. Now, right, because most of the peduncles that I have will flower again, especially like the Lisa that was flowering the last time. That was a double one for her. She's flowered multiple times on that. And some of the other ones I've had. The only ones that I've had that have peduncles that have flowered once and hasn't flowered again is my Matilde and my Obavada. So yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, today is actually my birthday, so yes, thank you. October 16th. What? Wait, so you guys are Libras too? Libra gang in the house. We are good people. Don't get it twisted. We are good people. October the 8th. Both of my grandsons are born on the 8th of the month. I love it. Hola, John. Hey, Simply D. How are you? How are you? Today we are choosing my 30 plants. So far, I have one that is on the hit list. I have about 70 plants that I kind of need to pare down. One of the things that I am going to do, spoiler alert, is I am going to take some of the plants that I have and I'm going to combine them into one pot. So I would consider that one pot. Let me show you which ones I plan to do that with. I really want to do it with any like small plants, but I really feel like the bigger plants would benefit better from that, right? So I have these jades here that I absolutely love. My little jades, you see, they're all polka dotted. And everybody get a little looky loo when I come to see. But this was the original mother plant, and every time it would branch like this, I would cut one side or the other, and then I would propagate. And so this has been propagated twice already, and these are the babies from that. And so I want to combine this together and make one full plant, but even one full plant of this is still going to be a small plant compared to the other plants that I have. So as much as I love this and the idea of this, I feel like this might not make the cut. So y'all let me know if this should make the cut. Now, let me just start by saying that most of the plants in my collection are common. So and I love the fact that I can get them mostly anywhere. That's one of the things that I love about having a common house plant collection. But the truth of the fact is that I probably can get most, if not, I would say most of my plants I could probably pick up again. But I think what is for me is that I'm sort of sentimentally attached to some of these because I have propagated them from small. I am a little bit attached to them, but to be fair, I'm more attached to my goal than I am some of these plants. Now, like I said, there are some plants that are going regardless. And let me show you one of them. Let me pull this a little closer. Let me know if you guys can hear me better. I'm gonna pull one of the plants that is definitely going, and that you probably already know who it is. Whoa, she's heavy. Oh. She is definitely going with me. I put her in a new basket. Well, this is the basket she was originally in. I took her out of that basket and put her in here. just because it was a lot easier for me to carry her without the basket. But yeah, this is the baby that is going with. She is probably never going to be on a hit list. But she's definitely one that's going with. So she does have an offspring though, and I'm not sure if the offspring is going to make it. This is what I'm thinking I might do, because she can, okay, one of my girls could maintain this because she literally lives in water, right? So it's not really hard to take care of it, because all you have to do is just make sure the water is topped off. So even though this is an offshoot, this is a baby, and this is a full-on teenager. She's been in this water now for years. So she's not going to get much bigger. She has gotten fuller. She probably will continue to get fuller, but her leaves are not going to get so big, right? Even though I do add a little juicy juice to the water, the leaves have gotten a little bit bigger, but not much. So I think this might be one that might make the hit list. Ooh, this is hard. So I'm going to put it on here. If you guys are voting for her, this would be, what would we name her? The Peace Lily, the teenage Peace Lily. So I'm going to write her down as the teenage Peace Lily. And I'm thinking she might make the hit list, you guys. Also, I'm putting on the hit list, I can't believe I'm saying it, but I'm putting on the hit list the Jades. Yeah. And as you see, all of these plants have been treated. So it's not like I feel like they have or been affected by thrips and I don't want to take them because of that. It literally is because I really just need to downsize to a smaller collection. And I do plan on combining even some of the 30. You know what though? Let me come back to her really quickly. I need to take her in the bathroom and water her, because I could tell she's light. She's feeling light. Some of her leaves are coming back with no crisp. Look at that. You see that one? So definitely when I look at that one. Oh, this one right here. Oh. Yeah, she gotta go. She's definitely coming along. She's coming with. But I really think that, I'm pretty sure it was me not watering, but the thrips probably didn't help at all. So I added the jade. So far I have the reverted mandula. I have this one. That's the reverted mandula. I have the teenage peace lily, and I have the jade. So that will be considered 4 plants, because I got 2 pots. So I'm gonna consider those 4 plants. Thank you. I love it. We got this Libra gang is on it. I'm loving it. Okay, loving it. Libra season, exactly. Okay, exactly. Why are you doing this? Okay. Mm-hmm. Oh, I love that. You know, y'all October Libras are special. That's all I'm gonna say. Is y'all October Libras are special. Ooh. Happy belated birthday, Hubs. Right. Y'all, make sure you guys say hello. If you are if you are watching, just say hi. Say hi. Happy birthday, HBD. Let me know you're here. Wave something. And hit that like button if you guys are enjoying this so far. Yes, as you should be. That is the best thing ever. I love it. I love it. I love it. You know, The thing about cuttings right now, like seriously, my move is probably, I am, what I would love to have, I would love to have my move completed before the holidays come in real good. So the other thing that I'm struggling with is whether or not I should take my cuttings. You know, I always have something propagating. So there's some I'm not gonna take. I can tell you right now. But ones I think I am gonna take, I'm not gonna take, I'm not gonna take this this here. So this is my nemesis that I'm still trying to get a hold of. The Hartley philodendron. She's pretty much the only vining philodendron that I can get right, but child, it's a struggle. So yeah, she's got some roots and water here, and she's been kept alive, but I have a full plant. This just fell out, and I was like, let me see if I can root it. It rooted, but I'm still not 100% convinced that they love me. So to be fair, I'm going to put the mother plant and this plant on the hit list. So this would be my heartleaf jade. Heartleaf philo. Philo. So my heartleaf philodendron, I'm definitely going to put on the hit list. And not because I don't love her, but because if I'm going to take a plant, it needs to be one that's bringing me joy and not bringing me drama. So I think they're going to go on the list. All right. Let's see. Another probable. Okay. This is a probable that I really don't want to be on the list because she is growing so well. This is my Euphorbia white ghost. There's probably another name, like a more scientific name, but I don't get into that. You know, we stick with the common names around here. Now, just recently, I actually saw thrips on this plant, and there was right many of them too. So I took it to the bathroom, sprayed it off really, really well, and treated her. Sprayed it with water, so I knocked the bugs off, and then I sprayed it with bug spray. And then after that dried, I sprayed her with the sulfur spray. I don't think this one got a systemic treatment, but she seems to be doing pretty good. She's got some baby leaves on there. So she seems to be doing pretty. Ooh, we got another growth. Look at that. There's a growth right there. Can you see that? Right there. There's a growth coming out. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So yeah, I want to bring her because one, I am fascinated that I'm able to keep a succulent alive. And two, because I think if I ever have to leave my plants for some extended amount of time, then this will be one that my daughter could take over if she enjoys it, right? If she likes it. So I love the look of this. I would love to get the variegated white version of this. So I kind of want to keep her. I don't really want to put her on the hit list, but you know, when we start paring down to half of my collection, she might not make the cut. So y'all let me know. Yeah, I'm thinking this is for the Louis Bois. Yeah, I love that plant. She's such a cute. He's such a cutie. The green one is doing well too, to be fair. But like I said, if I brought every plant out, we would be here all day, which I really don't have a problem with, but I know y'all got other things to do. Yeah, I know. See, look. Now I have to pare this down. I have to get them down. So it's I have been struggling with myself. Like I literally, and I think that's part of the reason why when it was time to throw a plant out, I just did it because I knew if I waited for too long that I wasn't gonna do it. And I want to talk about that even when it comes to the things that I'm getting rid of. I'm gonna go get one more plant. I'm gonna go get another struggle plant. I'm gonna put this one on the list. I don't want this one to be on the list, but I'm gonna put it on the list anyway. So I'm thinking the list needs to have at least 30 plants on it. This is the hit list. This is the list of plants that's not going to make it. It needs to have at least 30 for my collection to be down to 30. So I have sort of played around with how I was going to do this video. Originally, I was going to bring let's look at all of the plants, but I think that might be a little bit too not helpful. So I think what I'm gonna do is to bring the ones that I'm struggling with, and you guys can help me decide whether or not I should keep them versus trying to figure out which ones to keep. Did that make sense? Anywho, I'm gonna put the euphorbia down here. I don't want to though, so I'm gonna put a star by her. Vote well. Okay, so another plant that I'm kind of struggling with, but I don't really understand why I'm struggling with her, but she just is. It's another Hoya. This is one that I'm not sure I've ever seen at a big box store. This is my Pachyclata. I love this plant, but let me just say that she is currently in a pot, but she's so heavy she falls over. So she's in this whole setup here because this supports her leaves and also supports her pot at the same time. So yeah, I love this plant, but she has not added one leaf in about a year. So in order for me to keep her, I will probably need to propagate her, or yeah, that's pretty much the only thing I can think of that is going to warrant pushing out more leaves. Now she did flower for me last year, which I absolutely love, but she hasn't pushed out any new growth since then. So I think she needs something. And to be fair, when it comes to moving and then, acclimating to a new space and, changing chapters, like my life is going to be a little different going forward. I'm just not sure if this one gonna make the cut. So I'm gonna put this one on the list. Once again, she's another one that's being treated because everybody in this club got tipsy. Okay. So then I'm gonna put the Pachyclata down here. And I love the fact that her flower was a smidge different from normal Hoya flowers. And the leaves are like little bricks. They're so hard and thick. I love it. But she's not thriving. And I need her to thrive. Did I drop something? Yeah. I need her to thrive. So yeah, she might end up going on the list. I'm going to put the ones that are definitely probably going to go. I say I'm going to put them. Ooh, yeah, I did. I knocked it over. But it was just a small fall. Okay. You guys are probably going to be surprised at what's coming up on this list, but this one is another one that I think that might not make the cut. And that is another flower. Oh, she about to make a liar out of me. My goodness, look at this. She is flowering right now. Why do they do this to me? Why do they make my life so hard? This is my numeraloides. She making my life so hard right now. I can't. This is so hard. Let me tell you, one of the things that I had to do when I have these built-ins in my living room. And in the built-ins, I put my memories, pictures and cards and all the things, right? In the cabinets. And so I'm going through and I said, now I already figured out what I wanted to give away, throw away, or whatever. And I was like, okay, I just need to go through this part here. And the moment I started looking, I started having thoughts. Guilt came in, and I was like, I can't throw this away. You know, my kid drew this. So, you know, it's just like, ugh, so much. So if I come up with a logical plan and I don't interact with the thing, I can let it go, and I don't trip too much. But if I go back and I open it up and I one last look, oh, and then next thing I know it's in the keep pile, and my keep pile is too big. So once again, this is my numeroloides. This is the one that has the touch. When you touch it, it's like touching a rabbit's ear. So nice. So tactile is beautiful. I love it. It flowers like crazy. For the first year or two I had it, she didn't do much. I cut it because I was like, girl, you need to do something. I cut it. She grew, and then she started pedunculing, and I get flowers on a regular and they smell amazing. So you might be asking, why in the heck are you getting rid of it? One, she's a small plant. And I feel like if I have plants that are in big containers, I would do better keeping them alive when I'm away, right? So if someone else has to take care of my plants, if I decide to take a little vacation or a long vacation, then I wanted them to be able to not need to be watered every week, right? And so by her being in a small pot, that kind of puts her off the list. But she's such a cutie. I don't know. This is hard, y'all. This is really hard. This is difficult. I know, right? I know. It's so hard because this one is really easy to care for because it's just a matter of keeping the water in. So I have someone in mind who I want to take care of the mother plant, but if she feels like that's way too much responsibility, maybe I'll give her this one and she can just keep the water in it until she gets comfortable enough, and then maybe I can get her to take the big one. Or maybe she just decide I'm not a plant person. I know, I do too. I really do. I really like her, especially because she's small. It's almost like a miniature big peace lily. And you know how big she can get. I could literally put her in dirt and her next leaves will get bigger and bigger and bigger. So yes, I know. Um, it's hard. Wow. All four of you guys are Libras? How does that work? Do y'all ever have arguments? Is that what you're talking about? Yeah, I can't even remember that. I can't even imagine that. Hello. Wait, what is that? What does gemelos mean? I'm in y'all conversation, but I kind of want to know what that means. Is that a Spanish? Is that Spanish or something? Right. I love it. I love it. I love it. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Today is my actual birthday. For anybody that has known me outside of YouTube, I have celebrated my birthday the entire month for a very long time in my life. And I still do the same thing. Some birthdays seem to have more impact than others. Um, this one, and not that it's not. I'm actually, yeah, I don't know. I'm sort of indifferent this year. Not because of the number. I'm 55. Not because of the number. It's just, I don't know. Some years I'm more hyped and some years I'm not. I think because my biggest focus has been on the move that I really haven't taken time to think about my birthday. Um, on top of the fact that yeah, I just haven't. So yeah, you know what? I just saw a white ghost. I think it was Gabriella Plants had a white ghost in their they have one for sale now. And I had to shut the whole computer down cuz I was like, I'm about to buy this. I've been looking for this thing for forever, but I'm like, girl, you're on a mission. You're trying to get from point A to point B, and it's so difficult to do that if you keep staying on point A. If I keep buying more plants, then I'm not going to be able to get on to plan B. And so it has been really rough because the move is stressful, and usually with stress, I like to have new plants, and I can't buy new plants. So yeah, it's like it's a catch. It's a really, really catch. Aw, aw, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Ooh, really? Now I did get my euphoria from a big box store. I can't remember which one it was, and it was only $5. But if they had the all white one, that's nice. Now the good thing about the big box stores is they do carry some of the trendy plants. Like when that plant was trending, you like maybe the year after you might have been able to find it in the big box stores, but once they stop trending, once that momentum is gone, then it's sometimes a little difficult to find them because they just stop stocking them, you know. I know it's hard. I can't. It's so difficult, but remember, I want to be down at 30. So I know it's hard. Right. That's what I'm thinking. So she's on the hit list. And if I have to, oh, hey, Sandra, if I have to get rid of some, then, or if I have to put some back on. So say, for instance, I have too many on the hit list and I have to put some back on, then I'll consider that. But for now, because this is the deal, I want to move abroad. I'm going to speak it. I am moving abroad. And when I move abroad, I can't take any of the plants. So if you think this is hard now, wait till I have to get rid of all of them. Like no bueno, no plants at all. Ugh. I don't want to think about it. Okay. I love it. Okay, the Hoyas you're not sure of, get two clear shoe cases and chop and prop them in those so you can have offsprings of your mother plant. Well, this is the problem, John, because it's not the move that is the issue. It's that when I get there, I am going to crash on my daughter's couch. So I just don't want to have her house feel like a jungle if that's not what she wants. On top of the fact that if I decide I want to go travel, then I would be leaving my plants for them to care for, and they might not be in the place where they want to care for 50 plants. So I'm trying to get my collection down to something that is big enough to keep me satisfied, but manageable enough so that if someone else has to take care of my plants, it's not hard for them to do. And I know I might be asking for way too much, but the truth of the fact is that in reality, I probably should be getting rid of all of my plants now, but I can't not have plants around me. So I'm going to take some. And I think 30 might even be asking for too much. So that's why I was thinking I might take the 30 and then combine plants together to make a collection of 30 plants, but in less than 30 pots. So, yeah. I'm doing so much. Hey, Sandra. I know we doing the speaking and the speaking. Yeah, and I'm noticing that I had a hard list of things that I was going to bring with me because I wasn't sure that I was going to have this chapter in my life. I thought I was going to go from this house to abroad. And because I have this middle space, that allowed me a little bit more flexibility with what to get rid of and what to keep. And so a lot of the things that I have a hard list of things that are absolutely going with me, right? One of them is my watercolor, and another one of them is my pots and pans. But when it came to my plants, I knew I couldn't bring my plants. So I knew that if it was time for me to go abroad, then I would have to just get rid of all of the plants. But so yeah, I'm struggling with the emotional part because this next chapter is new. Like it wasn't in the original plan, but it was always a possibility. But I felt like it was gonna be a small, like maybe a month or two, and it still might be. Uh, just saying. I'm not gonna say how long I'm gonna stay because I really don't know. I can feel how difficult it must be, but yes, it is. It really is. And it's not because I can't get new ones. Some of these are have sentimental value. A couple of my plants have sentimental value, but definitely I can get a lot of these plants wherever I'm going, which is part of the thing that soothes my soul, is that I know, like for instance, in Southeast Asia, Thailand, places like that, I can get a lot of these plants because they grow there. So I'm not really worried about not having those in my collection. It's just literally some of the plants, the specific plants that I have, which was why me having my plant adoption plan, that thing hurt my feelings when I couldn't do that, because I was like, oh, that would have been amazing to be able to know that my plants were with you guys, that I could share my plants with you guys. But these darn thrips, ugh, ugh. Yes, plants are clearly my therapy for sure. Yeah, now look, John, don't forget, sis got a lot of I got a lot of Hoya, and I got a lot of big pots of Hoya. So let me show you one that I think I'm going to get rid of. And she just flowered. Literally, so this big pot of Hoya is Carnosa and Tricolor. And I think I'm going to, and she just had some peduncles. And this one looks like it's about to pop off, because she's turning red. Um, this one just flowered, and the reason I'm thinking I might end up uh getting rid of one is because I have a whole nother big pot here. And this is the Hoya Queen and the Princess mixed together. And she is actually flowering right now. So you see how they doing me? They knew what was going on. They was like, we need to show up. We need to show up and show out. Cause she finna have our heads on the chopping block. That's what they doing. They trying to make me feel guilty. And it's working. So these need to be watered. I can't leave it out because I would have no space in this room. But as I am packing to leave, I'm going to put her here so you guys see her. As I am packing to leave, I'm having a little bit more space in the other areas of the house. So I might just kind of move her around a little bit. But I think this one might end up on the chopping block. So we're going to put this one on the list, believe it or not. Okay. So let's put that one on the list. That is the Hoya Carnosa and Tricolor. So we have 7. Are we going to make it, y'all? I don't know. Are we gonna make it? Yeah, I actually would love to take cuttings. In fact, if I could take cuttings abroad, I would. But some countries are really specific about that, and I understand. I'm not trying to beat the system or anything. The truth of the fact is that some plants that would be considered, house plants, beautiful house plants, are weeds in some places because of the environment and because of what they would do to the vegetation around it. So I realized that I just can't debo and just take what I want to take to different countries. So I'm gonna be mindful of that. But it really is hard not to be like, can I just take a leaf, a stem, or something, and I'll start from scratch, you know? But the truth of the fact is, I could probably get most of these plants where I'm going. Maybe not all of them, but then they might have some plants that I don't have access to here, or what is considered to be rare here. So that would be fun. Birthday twins. Good morning. Hey. Oh, you are never late. There's no late to the party. Okay. Hey, Jay. No late to the party at all. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Ah, that's right. 55. 55, baby. 55, baby. I'm loving it too. I earned every last one of these stripes. So I ain't running away from none of my age. I'm not 20. I'm not 30. But I'm also not dead. So as far as I'm concerned, getting older is the goal. I don't understand why people want to go back. Benjamin Button, I'm not. I'm not trying to go backwards. I'm going this way. I need to check out Home Depot. Yes, yes, for sure. And some of your local Home Depots are going to have different things in each one. Some might have a better plant collection than the other ones. So don't just rely on the one that's nearest you, because the other ones a little bit further out might have a different. They typically have the same things, but some of them might take care of them better. And sometimes you might find some people like sport variegation. Sometimes you might find some sport variegation at one. Like, sport variegation is not something that's going to go specifically to a store. It's like a mishap. So you could find that anywhere. So yeah, don't sleep on them Home Depots, those Lowe's, though. If you have a Trader Joe's, if you have Kroger near you, Kroger sell, they don't, I wouldn't houseplant collect shop for them on a regular. But when you notice that they got new plants in, snatch them up then. Now, if they've been there for a couple of weeks or a couple months, I probably wouldn't be bothered with it. But if you happen to catch it when the truck come in, or not too long after the truck come in, sometimes they have nice plants too. And the price of them is usually worth buying them. Definitely worth buying them. I'm being nosy, y'all. I love this. Yes, right. It never hurts to look at the other ones too. Oh, oh, yes. Oh yeah. I have a lot of family and friends. I lived in Virginia for quite some time before I actually moved to North Carolina. In fact, before I moved to the North Carolina area, I lived in Charlottesville. Do I need to say anything else? Do I need to say anything else? Yes, I was there when the ish hit the fan. Yeah, it is. It's big. I kind of had a moment the other day when I realized that a cabinet that I had stuff in was gone, and I realized that I had given away some stuff that I was still sort of wrestling with in my mind. But I also realized that had it not went out that way, that I probably would not have gotten rid of it, and I still would have been. But I hadn't looked at that stuff. That stuff been in that cabinet for 4 years. I had never gone in to look at it, never needed to go in and look at it. But yeah, I felt some kind of way because it was gone. And I will say this, for those of you that are even contemplating any kind of move, whether it's abroad, down the street, or just moving jobs, what I have found is that those things carry energy. It's a weird thing to say. I know it's even weirder to realize it's true, but they carry an energy that keeps you connected to it. And even though I felt something when I gave it away, threw it away, sold it, um, I realized that that's the very thing that's keeping me here. Because when I think about why I want to do what I want to do, that is not worth keeping me from doing that. And so it has an energy. It's weird. It's a connection. And I can't quite understand what it is, or tell you what that connection is or what that energy is. But I can tell you that I've experienced an energy, a connection with the thing. And I know I have it with my plants. Hands down, I'm not even trying to fight it with my plants. I realize it, but I don't think I realized it when it came to the other stuff that I have, especially things like memories. I still have my old high school sign book, right? I have my old high school cup. I think I even still got my class ring. Things like that. Girl, I ain't been in high school in 40 years. But it feels weird. I'm gonna tell you another thing, and you guys let me know in the chat. I'm gonna try to catch up with the chat because I'm asking questions and I'm way back here. But let me know in the chat, how do you get rid of a journal? Tell me, what do you do? Do you throw it away? Do you shred it? What do you do? Tell me what you do. How do you get rid of a journal? Do you get rid of journals? Am I rehousing what? The plants? Ooh, tell me. I missed something. And I know I'm far back, so tell me. Right. Yeah, see, certain things grow different in different areas. So you can mess around and put the wrong thing outside if you want to, and it can take over your whole yard. It can definitely take over your whole yard. Okay. Virginia, what part of? Okay, now I don't want you to tell me what part. I was about to ask, but don't put that in the chat. That's you keep that private. Right. Yes, this new chapter is it's new, and everything new with me feels uneasy. I'm one of those people that I struggle with change. What my speaker just came on in the living room. That is so weird. Why would you do that? Okay, did my sound go out? Let me know if my sound went out, you guys. I'm gonna go check really quickly. Let me know if my sound went out. Um, yeah, I'm loving the combo. I forgot what I was talking about before. That thing threw me off, and I don't even know why I did that because it has never done that before. And I don't have Alexa, Siri, none of that because I don't want none of them listening, even though I know they're listening anyway. I love the Hoya combo. And to be fair, I could probably take some other Hoyas and add them into the combo and keep everybody going. What I'm finding with those shallow pots and the kind of soil that I use is that I got to be mindful of my watering. I can't just do a little sprinkle and keep it moving because it ain't water when I do it that way. I need to water it and let it sit and soak up the water and then let it go back. So I probably need to try a different setup. I love the idea of it, but the combination of the shallow pot that I chose and the type of soil that I chose means that I have to water that a little differently than I would a different type of media. So I love that. I mean, that's what I got to do. Okay. Yeah. Ooh, yeah. I think I look at him too. I live plants. Yeah. Thank you. Hey, Alicia. Hey, love. Thank you, love. Yeah, I probably could. It's just at this point now it feels like more work because it's not the original plant or the original plan. And I just told you, me and change, I'm just like, oof, that didn't work. So now we on the plan something else. So yeah, once I get settled but that's gonna require me to do that now. And so yeah, I don't want nobody having to have to deal with these thrifts other than me. So I'm gonna figure something else out because I do want to share. And it might be that I could share the plants that I have left with you guys when I do finally take that trip abroad. Not finally. When I do take that trip abroad. Ooh, yeah, let me know. Um would love to do like a road trip and if you're in North Carolina, if you're in North Carolina or near North Carolina or Virginia, let me know. My email address is attached to my channel, and reach out to me in my email address and let me know if you would be interested in that because um at some point before I leave, if you wanted to come by and pick them up, I think we could work something out. I don't want the world coming to my house, especially now while I'm. But before I leave, yeah, for sure. I know, right? Oh, the one that got the cooties. I wish you were here too. To be fair, I wish you were here so that we could share plants with each other because, okay, yeah, that I'm gonna tell you that's a whole thing for me. Like I literally can take a whole day and hop from one Home Depot to the next Lowe's to the next Walmart to the next grocery store looking at the plants. And because I love common plants, so I don't mind going to look at them at the different stores. Sometimes that's worth the trip to me just to go look at the plants. Who needs the food? Ooh, really? See, that's what I'm saying. The prices be off the chain, right? And it's a weird thing. So that's when they're marking up a lot of these plants. I mean, really, they grow outside. You could just snip a piece from outside. And the fact that you're paying for it seems kind of odd, but then you look at, and I'm not judging people who spend a lot of money on plants, but I have seen plants going for 4 digits, right? That's a lot of money to me for a plant, even though I love them. So yes, that energy is real. It is real. And it's a weird phenomenon I never thought to think that was going to happen in the middle of the move. There were certain things that I figured it would happen around, like my memories, but not things that didn't make sense to me. It didn't make sense that I would be tripping off of coloring books, right? It just didn't make sense to me. By the way, I did get rid of my coloring books, and I'm kind of feeling like I probably jumped the gun with that. But another thing too was that I knew if I didn't start pulling the trigger on some of this stuff, I would have may as well back the brake truck up and just take everything. So yeah. Aw, hi Miriam. Aw, come back and say hi in the chat. Have a great lunch, sweetie. Aw, I am moving to Virginia. I'm actually moving to Virginia to spend some time with my kids, my family, my babies, because I eventually want to move abroad. So my living in Virginia is going to be temporary. So I'm going to crash on my daughter's couch. I love saying that. She probably hates it, but I love saying that. I have been an adult since I was like 17, and I've never ever been in a space where I'm just like, oh, what am I gonna do next? I've always had a plan. The plan has always had a plan B and a contingency for that. And so for me to be in this space, it might be a little uncomfortable, but I am embracing it. Really. I really am embracing it. So I'm loving it. Bye, Miriam. Have a great lunch for real. Oh, and enjoy some snack for me, girls. So if it's some cake, some snack, a little Coca-Cola, just for my birthday. Um, Yeah, yeah, for sure. Like, and I want to be at a place. I know what it feels like when I go on vacation, or if I go to spend a decent amount of time away from home. I'm not connected physically to all the things in my house. And so I know what it's like to operate without those. It's not like oxygen, right? Like I understand that I don't need these things in my life. Um and to be fair, I think I would be more free when I get rid of them. It's I didn't expect for the emotional energy to be so thick. And so it's weird to me. I don't want to keep saying weird. I don't want to keep saying weird, but it's hard for me to explain in words what that feeling is and why it's there. I don't think I have a connection to it. It could be some capitalistic mojo they done put on us or me. But at the end of the day, what I really want to do is I want to get rid of as many things as I can that is holding me. One of my girlfriends came to help me pack up and prep the house, and I think she was like, "Why are you getting rid of so much stuff? What are you doing?" And so I ebbed and flowed. One minute I was like, no, and the next minute I was like, take it all, take it all, take it all. So it was a weird energy. Yeah. I only get rid of journals after I've healed from whatever my journal was about. Some of my journals I am saving for my children and grandchildren. I love that. I do. I love the idea of that. I My journals here lately, I have a couple of journals that are specific, but here lately my journals have been sort of like a hodgepodge of a bunch of stuff, right? And for me, because my stuff comes up when it comes up, and when it comes up it goes in a journal. And so I might have been talking about work yesterday, or I might have been talking about relationships, but whatever comes up goes in. I don't know that I want my children or grandchildren to read all of my journals. Girl, you got me thinking about that one. I don't know. I have a shredder, a heavy duty shredder. And so I don't know. I was really tempted to get rid of the journals. I use lava rock and a little denser soil for Hoya. The less soil dries nicely and the rock will hold water and release it slowly. Yeah, I have, no, I don't. I gave it away. I had this lava rock called Ceramis, and it was a really small, I want to say the little pieces on it were probably no big. Can you even see that? No, you can't see that. It was no bigger than maybe these little, girl, you can't see that either. They were very small, very, very small, smaller than my pinky fingernail, very small, smaller than leca, very small, right? And they hold a lot of water and were very much lightweight. So I do like the lava rock, or the rock that you would add to, but I did stop using those because they were so lightweight. My plants was tipping over, and I just had to keep cleaning that rock up, so it wasn't working for me. Oh, Greensboro, not too far from me. Not too far. Look, so if you want some plants, I'm not too far from Greensboro. I'm about 30 minutes from Greensboro. I have gone to Greensboro for lunch, so I'm not that far from you. I like to make a fire and reread my journals while I release them. Very dramatic, very Cancer. I have reread. Like, I had a period in my life where I wasn't journaling that well. Let me do two things at one time. I had a period in my life when I was, this is why she need to come on camera. Let me put you on camera, love, so that you can stop cutting the food. This is my Hush Kiliana. You know, I bragged about her so much. Was in love with my Hush Kiliana. Child, somebody did something to her. Okay, look at her. She is struggling. All of this is dead. So I think I must have missed a watering or two or nine because she is not happy. And I wouldn't be surprised if the thrips might have gotten to her. It's very hard to tell because her leaves are so small. She is treated. She does have a treatment on her. I don't see any thrips on her, but yeah, she might end up going on a list. She is not one that is readily available in like a big box store. I can order her online and probably get her, but she was not cheap. And so she wasn't at the time. She may be now, but not for this size. This size plant, yeah. So I'm going to put her on the list, but really I don't want to. But I'm looking at these and these are not looking well either. So I just gave her a seriously good watering. Yeah, I just gave her a seriously good watering. One thing I'm remembering too is that some of these plants needed to be soaked in order to be watered well. I was gone for a week and it was a little warm in here. And then I got back and got to packing and days go by and I forget that I'm, not doing what I normally do. So I missed something on here. And when you are treating for thrips, you can't afford to miss nothing. You need to stay up with your watering. So I knew something was wrong because I wasn't seeing any new growth, but I'm going to put her on the list, but she's one that I don't really want to have on the list. So I'm going to put her on here, but I'm hurting. And I'm going to put both of them on there. Hush Kiliana. Because once again, they both sort of fall in this, let me show you her. They both sort of fall in this category where they're smaller plants. I could put them in a pot together. I just found some flower on, so she must have just had some flowers. She got a live peduncle somewhere. Oh, I see one. This is baby though. There's a cute little peduncle in there. Oh, you see that? So she's actually not doing too bad. She's got some new leaves right here because they're not treated. So I missed the new leaves when they came out, but I could tell that they are new because they don't have treatment on them. So yeah, I might end up combining those two together, but yeah, the other one might be on the chopping block just for now. All right, let me bring another one that's on the chopping block because I want to keep me honest about me doing what I said I was going to do. Child, you got to bring so much stuff with you. That's probably why you got to go. Can you believe it? My jungle boogie. Oh, I want this plant to work out so badly. Do you hear me? I have tried so many times with this plant. So I got two new leaves right here that are coming in. They seem to be coming in pretty good. The watering schedule for this thing, it's on the irrigation system, right? It waters every 3 days. But the problem is that I don't think it's watering it enough. It's not dry, but it's not really keeping everything moist. So that means that I still need to go in and water the soil and everything.
I found this on the web.
Don't do that. Nobody asked you. Everybody wants to talk to me today because it's my birthday. See how special I am? So yeah, I think the Jungle Boogie is going to be on the list, unfortunately. I would love to continue this journey with her, but I honestly need all of my plants to be easy peasy, and she right now is not. She got a little struggle with her. So who I'm 7 on? Okay. Um, let's see who is next on the chopping block. Okay, let me write these down. Did I write down Huskillian? I think I did. All right. So she stands as a representation for all of my snake plants. I'm gonna write I'm gonna write snakes down, and I have probably one, two. I have about 6 or 7 snake plants, so I'm gonna put 6 down here. Let's see. Let me 1, 2. I got about 6 or 7. Truth be told, like we said, some of these plants are a dime a dozen. I can get them from anywhere. This one was a little harder for me to find. I have one more that was a little harder for me to find. So it's really hard to give up. Now, I have to say, I enjoyed having these plants in my collection as much as you can enjoy a plant that you struggle taking care of. I struggle taking care, words. I struggle taking care of snake plants because I want to water them. They don't want water. And so then I forget them and then they start dying or don't grow. So the caveat, the ironic thing though, is that if I need to go out, if I need to go away for a bit, I feel like these are the ones that my family could take care of with no problem. So it's weird. It's really weird because I really want to keep them, but snake plants in by themselves don't bring me joy taking care of them. I love having them in my collection as long as I have other plants to occupy my time. The time I like to spend with my plants are not with snakes. Okay, this is a weird relationship, but I love having them in my collection. What I don't love is caring for them because they don't require enough. And so if my life was super busy and I didn't have time to take care of my plants, then I would love the snake. But if I have time, so because I have time, I want plants that I love taking care of and that love me taking care of them. And these don't love me taking care of them. They don't want my water. They like, take your water elsewhere, ma'am. We don't want it. I usually bypass the. Oh yeah, don't sleep on the on Kroger plants. Now I'm not saying every one of their plants are win-wins, but sometimes what you'll find is they will have a rare one in there. They'll have something that you don't normally see in like a Home Depot or Lowe's, and you're like, wait a minute, is that a white princess? Like, where did that come from? So yeah, don't sleep on Kroger now. Now I wouldn't buy every plant from out of there, but always keep an eye out because it might be something that you are looking for in their collection. I love that. I love that. So, Micans are plants that I really want to get the hang of. The funny thing about it is when I first bought my Micans, it was beautiful for like a good year and a half. And the minute that I decided that I was going to grow my Micans larger, that's when all heck broke loose. And she was like, ma'am, why are you touching me? Oh, I put all the snakes down here already. So we are up to number 10. However, I want to say we have somewhere around, no, we got 2 Hushkilianas. Hoyt, Pachycata 1, Hartley Philodendron. That's only 1. Actually, the jade is like 2. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 16, around 16 plants that are already on the list, including this. Now, I have a baby of this. I have a cutting. And that just reminded me, I got some in water. Or I hope I got some in water. I also, so let me show you the baby really quickly. Look at the baby. What? Who doesn't love a cute little baby snake plant, right? and they're growing and doing their thing. I also have some that are in water. I hope. I'm gonna check on them really quickly. Oh snap. Nope, it is dry. See, this is what I mean. But look, this has a growth on it. Can you see that? Oh, Yvette, why do you do this to yourself? Ugh. Now, if I'm doing this now, you can only imagine what it's gonna be like once I ugh. I got a little water in here. I'm gonna put this in here really quickly. I literally okay. Ooh, here's one that I'm pretty sure I will be getting rid of, or at least not moving. And these are my African violets. This is the she needs to be watered too. Man, I tell you, those 2 or 3 days away, this is really giving me a good indication of some of the ones that need to go. And that's because if they can't stand 2 or 3 days without watering, then I definitely don't need to have them in my collection. This is the African violet. I'm gonna put this on the list. And this is, like I said, a cutting. The spots make it look really, really cute and exotic, but really it's just a plain, a plain Jane African violet with the red bottoms. And she produces purple flower, but I also have one that does a pink and white flower. Now, typically, my African violets bloom a lot. But here lately, since I've had the thrips, I haven't seen any flowers. She was flowering at one point. I had the thrips, everything was fine. I cut the flowers off because they had spent, and then she hasn't pushed out anymore, which is rare. So I have about 3 African violets. So now we are up to somewhere around 19 plants. Um, so yeah, I'm thinking African violets. I can pick these up from anywhere, so I have less of a need to hold on to African violets. Okay. Yeah. Having a backup plan has been a saving grace. Although I have heard someone talk about the energy that you put into a plan when you don't have a backup plan. And I kind of am intrigued by that. Like, you go all in when you don't have a backup plan. Because I do have backup plans, I do tend to sort of be like, well, if that don't work out, I'll just do this. But yes, I do. I'm a planner for sure. I love my books. However, a lot. Yeah, the books was my very first hardest thing to get rid of, and I did that like about 3 or 4 moves ago. Certain books I've kept. I made sure when I moved, I made sure I had a space for my books. Yes, I agree. I love books too, and I love reading a real book versus reading a digital book. Um, so yeah, it was really hard for me to give up my books, especially books that I used as sort of like self-help type books. It was really hard for me to give them up. But right now my why is bigger. And I know all I had to do was carry some stuff around a airport one time. I had a heavy suitcase when I went to Mexico. I did 6 weeks and my suitcase was heavy. And baby, let me tell you, nothing made me want to hold on to nothing. If it was up to me, I would have filled that trash can up with everything but the stupid suitcase and traveled that way. Because pulling that stuff through the street, up steps, and this, that, and the third, I love books a whole lot less after that trip. A whole lot less after that trip. Um, hmm. I never considered that. I never considered that. I have a nursing home up the street from me. Um, and I will check with them to see if they are willing to take some of my plants that Simply D is not gonna come pick up. Simply D is plotting. I feel you. I feel you. And I'm here. I'm here for it. um, I use 1/4 to 1 inch lava rock. Okay, they will help with the weight. Yeah. Um. Yeah. I'm now a little forward, and I realized that when I had leca and lava rock sitting in my garage for like 4 years, where I'm just like, girl, you're not gonna use this. Now I still haven't gotten rid of all of my media yet, so I still have some available media left in my garage. So I will let you guys know if anyone is interested in it. Let me know. I have some that is unused and some that is used, but I don't plan on taking any of it with me. So any more than what I already have. So I have, yeah, I got a lot. And so, yeah, I need to get rid of some stuff. Um, I think a teacher might love to have a plant. Yes. I agree. I don't know. I have teacher friends. None of them live local to me right now. So all of it would mean traveling with the plants. So I guess when I get to a point where I'm ready to give up my collection, when I do move abroad, I would love to share my plants with my teacher friends. It's funny that I would say 90% of my friends are teachers. It is crazy. It is the craziest energy in my life. I don't know what that's about, but 90% of my friends are teachers. It's crazy. Um, oh, I love it. I know, right? I wish, and don't, and I will take some Hoyas, but yeah, I know. I can't keep. Mm. Right. I agree. I totally agree. Even colleges, like when I worked at a university, they had a greenhouse. And who couldn't use plant material in the greenhouse? Um even even studying the thrips. I don't know who might, if a university has that curriculum there. But the thing about it is getting around to get it to them. And I don't know, something about the move feels not urgent, but it's happening right now. And every great idea that I have requires me to add more time to my timeline. And I'm like, nope, nope, not doing that. So, yeah, once I get to Virginia, then I have a lot more flexibility about getting the things to them, um and who I can give it to. Hey, Mr. Mailman. Getting it to the faculty, getting it to the teachers or my friends. But here I'm sort of like isolated in some ways. Like I don't have friends. Um oh, you are so sweet, Marilyn. Thank you, love. Ooh, what? I'm there. What we gotta do? I just had wine last night. Girl, am I trying to become a wine girl? I probably lying to myself. I drank it because my girlfriend left her bottle of wine here. She left all her snacks, by the way. If you watch it, you left all your snacks, and I'm eating all of them. Um, she left her bottle of wine. Now I'm a Moscato girl. I like it sweet and bubbly. Nothing like I like drinks, right? I like my wine to be like Kool-Aid, grown people Kool-Aid. But she left some. Let me see if I can say it right. Pinot Noir here. Pinot Grigio, one of them, the white wine. Pinot Grigio, I think. Anyway, I drank some. It wasn't bad. It tasted like it wanted to be Moscato, but they forgot to add the sugar. But it was okay. It wasn't bad. So yeah, I'll do a glass of wine, and I don't know if I'm gonna do a bonfire, but only because I don't have the stuff to do a bonfire. Um, I love y'all. Happy birthday to me. Thank you, Donetta. Oh, good. Oh, yeah. I'm way back there. Ooh, let me catch up. Let me catch up. Um, ooh, well, if this isn't the first, I know that's right. Woosah, woosah. Let's see if I can find another plant. I'm gonna find a plant that is gonna bring some pep in this thing because you know she always brings the good, and I'm gonna bring her just for kicks and giggles because she is definitely going. Okay, she will not be staying. Okay, she not catching a chopping block. This is my Hoya. I'm lying. This is my pothos, neon pothos. She probably needs to be watered. I just watered her, and I actually did see a thrip on her. So for those of you that were wondering, did she get hold of some thrips? She absolutely did. The thrips got to 100. They like her just like I do. So I always find myself looking at every leaf whenever I look at her. But yeah, the thrips did get to her, and you can probably see some of the damage. I'm assuming stuff like this would be considered thrip damage, but it could be just that she needed to be watered too, like she does right now. Um, but other than that, she's still doing great, and so she gets to go. She gets to take the trip, at least to Virginia, and I know from there I might have to find her a new home once I get her there. I'm trying to think of somebody who might not make the cut. This is not one that won't make the cut. This is actually one of the small ones that will make the cut. I hope you're not cutting the food. I really hope you're not cutting the food because when you look for thrifts, you honestly got to look up under. But I've been looking on top and up under, and she's got a lot of treatment on her. But she keeps pushing out these new leaves. See these bronze leaves? They are brand new, and so she keeps pushing out new leaves. And I'm like, girl, I'm not mad at you. I'm gonna let you do what you do. So she's probably going to go with me. She is not going to. She's not gonna get left behind. So I wanted to bring some joy. I'm gonna show you another new one too. I'm gonna put you back for a second, okay? Are you all right? Okay, let me show you really quickly who might not make the cut, which is sad because okay, so that looks like it's a theme. These are my ZZs. These are my Raven ZZs, and this is the regular ZZ. I don't have the miniature or the Zanzi. Ooh, I see some new growth in there. Look at that. Y'all see that new growth? Ho, 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 ho. Look at that. I hate that you can't see it that good. Suckling succotash. Anywho, I did see some thrips on her. I just happened to look at her one day and I was like, what is this black spot on her? She had about 3 of them on the green ones. So I can't tell you how many she had on the black ones. So I just took them and sprayed them all down and gave everybody a little treatment. But she's still growing. I'm telling you, these plants love this sulfur. I don't know what it is about this sulfur. I did read that there was some benefits to it, but I didn't think it was that big of a deal. But it is one of the nutrients I think that they like, that plants like. So the plants love the sulfur. So look, don't sleep on the sulfur. And let me tell you, for those of you that are trying to get your Hoyas to bloom, try giving it a sulfur treatment. It's not cute on the leaves unless you like it like me. I think anything that's going to protect my plants from bugs, it make it look good. But that sulfur treatment on those Hoyas, it's like it's like cake to adults. So try it. And plus it treats for flat mites that you don't even see. So just do it anyway. A good 1 or 2 treatments a year. I don't see no wrong with that because it's not like the bugs are gonna get used to it because it works on them topically, right? They're not gonna create a whole nother exoskeleton. So yeah, I say try it. So yeah, I'm gonna put these ZZs down here. So 11 ZZ plants, and this I actually have. I don't know that I want to consider this 6 plants. I'm gonna just consider this one, and then I have the 2 in separate pots. I got the green one and the black one in 2 separate pots. So I'm gonna put this down as 3. So we're in the 20s now, you guys, of plants that are not going to make it. Let's see. Do I have anything else in here that I want? Oh, I know what I want to show you. I don't know why I feel the need to torture myself with these big tail plants and bringing them to you. I'm gonna bring this one first because she heavy too. She just got her a nice watering. I took her in the bathroom and watered her down very well. And for some reason, my bug sprayer was tripping, and so it didn't want to push out any new bug spray stuff. But I have not seen any thrips on her at all. But one thing I will need to do is I need to put a new sulfur treatment on her. So this is my Baltic Blue. She is going to make it. She's not going to get on the chopping block. I would be lying to you if I told you she was on the chopping block. So she's not, unless something major happens. She is on the list to go with me. Okay, one more biggin because we have to. I'm trying to lift her so you can see her full glory, and she won't have. She is getting bigger. Okay, I have cut off some of the big leaves because the span of it was crazy. But she is getting even bigger. Like, she is not slowing down at all. I love it. So she's going. The jade is going. I don't know if you can see the jade back here. This jade is going. My synapses are going. But let me show you my newest. Okay, this one is going. This is my Hawaiian. I'm going to take my Hawaiian. Look, she's already starting to. You remember before I had cut her all the way up to the pot. She had nothing hanging over the pot. And now she's already got stuff hanging below the pot. I'm going to add this with her cuttings. And these are her cuttings. Let it go. I just took her and gave her a nice good watering and sprayed her leaves down really well and watered her in really well. And I'm going to take these two together and I'm going to make one big pot of that. I can't wait. Of that. And so she is going with me. But let me show you my newest new growth. Look, she like a fallopian tube. What is wrong with me? Look at the new babies. They are so cute. Look, and they're fuzzy. They're super fuzzy. So let me just tell you right now, I stay looking at these leaves because I'm like, what is going on? They have a super shininess to them. This is my newest leaf here, and she is bigger than the rest of them. I can only imagine that these 2 new leaves coming out at one time, I'm thinking that they are not going to be as big as this because they're both coming out at the same time. But that means I need to really stay on top of the watering. The roots on this is crazy. I need to rewater this like now because it is what it is. Okay, let's see. What did I want to put on the list? Oh, I didn't have a new one to put on, did I? 12. Let me show you. Okay. Let me check the chat. Hold on. Yeah. See, I did too. I did too. I actually had several books that have been signed by the authors, and this is where I came with that because, oh, sorry. You like, girl, you keep flicking my leaves. This is where I am with that right now. Some of them are already gone. I could take a picture of it. The thing about it is that energy was keeping me stuck with it. The problem I have with the energy is that I don't know if the energy was real. It wasn't like this was something that I cherished, but because it had a signature in it, that automatically made it me connect to it. But I never went back to read that book or anything. Like when I got the book, okay, so I met this guy. His name was Chef Jeff. I think that's what his name was. And he had a backstory. He had been to prison. I don't know if he was wrongfully accused. I can't remember. But anyway, he had come to the university. I had been watching him on one of these cooking shows, and we happened to have him at the university. So for me, it was like one of those like, oh, everything just fell in place. And I was like, I want to meet him. So I did. I met him. He signed the book. At the time, it meant a lot to me. My daughter was used to watch the show or had watched the show with me. And so I brought her with me, and then I was thinking, oh, she might be interested in cooking. I got the cookbook. She never cracked it open. I never thought twice about it. And then I realized I had been moving this book. I have moved this book 4 times. 3 times. This would have been the 4th time. And I'm thinking to myself, I ain't never looked at these recipes. The only reason I didn't get rid of the book was because it had a signature in it. And I was like, I don't think this energy is real. I don't think this connection is real. The energy is real, but I don't think this connection that I've created in my head is real. So I was like, I'm going to let it go. Now, I cringe a smidge when I think about it. But if you said to me today, either you can move abroad or you can keep this book with his signature, girl, the book gone. I ain't thought nothing. The book gone. Gone. Not even a little ago. Gone. I don't even know where it's at because I gave it to Goodwill. It ain't even like I gave it to somebody I knew. I don't know anybody who would have been interested. I can't think of anybody that would have been interested. So yeah. I'm realizing that a lot of the connections, this is why I'm saying this, not because your connections are not real, because I feel like some of the connections that I've made are in my head and they're not real. They don't have a real tie to them. I have a book that I created of my grandson when he was a baby, a hardback book. That to me is something that I would feel some kind of way about if I lost. However, even I can go on back onto the app and reprint the book, right? So I don't know. I think if I can find a way to access it and enjoy it, and so that I don't have to have the physical, then I'm going to be better off. Because like I said, plan B, C, or D for me is that I would love to live in a tiny house. And I can't bring all this stuff to a tiny house because, baby, let me tell you what's it's going to be chock full of Minecrafts. Not some book some random dude wrote that I got his signature. Yeah, it's hard. It is, and I get it. It is really hard. But what I'm finding is that I think some of the connection that I've made is not real. Yeah, I think some of the connection that I made is not real. Books with autographs not going. I'm not mad. I'm trying to think. I do still have 1 or 2 books. I got one with some black stories from black authors or something like that, like to read to children, read aloud books for kids or something. But I'm finding that I'm able to get rid of a lot more than I thought. I might wake up one day in a cold sweat and be like, oh my God. But I doubt it because, like I said, these books have been sitting on my bookshelf for 4 years. I've been here now for almost 4 years, and I hadn't cracked them open. had not cracked them open. So I don't know. I feel like in order for me to yeah, I'm gonna have to do that. In order for me to have this chapter in my life, I'm gonna have to let go of some of these connections. I'm gonna have to um every little black speck of something gets a hard look. That's kind of freaking me out a little bit. I don't know what it is. She about to get thrown to the floor because I can't be bothered. Um, yeah, I did. I think it's dead. Whatever it is dead. But yeah, I think in order for me to make this move, I need to let go of some connections. Right? That's the only way I'm gonna be able to do this. And I have to remind myself that that abundance mindset means that I need to let go of things, knowing that if I need them, they will come back to me. I will have access to those things again if it's something that I need to have in my life. Um, James Brown was featured for his bestseller Heaven and Earth grocery store. What's NPR? It's a channel? I don't know. Ooh, what? Oh, hookup. I'm a former wine consultant. Oh, girl, let me tell you something. I have wanted to love wine for forever because I thought it was the most grown and sexy thing you could possibly do next to smoking. And I quit smoking, so I'm like, well, now I gotta find wine. Child, every time I put the wine in my mouth, my whole body was like, abort, abort, abort. Nothing. I have gone to wineries. I have gone to wine tastings. I have gone to, you know how they have the meetings and they, not meetings, but they have like the little get togethers where you go and you taste the wine and they tell you what the notes and child. I'm not good at it. I was just like, it just tastes to me. So yeah, I'm not a wine person. I can never say that I like wine. I like Moscato. That's what I say. And I'm still working on the other parts, but I'm gonna be honest, it ain't working. I've been trying for years, at least a decade, and I still have wine. Girl, I still have wine from when my kids were born. When my babies was born back in the day, they used to give you wine in the hospital. I still got them 2 little bottles. I took a trip to Hawaii 10 years ago. I still have the wine. Yeah, I'm terrible. I'm terrible. I'm terrible. Hey, speaking of people. Ah, yes. Yeah, my pothos is going. I can't think of a pothos that's not going. I think all my pothos are going. All my synapses are going. I'm saying that with the caveat because you know the ones that I actually found the thrips on, the original thrip on, was the one that I recognized was a synapsis. So, and she's actually doing pretty good. Oops, see, anytime I say the word thrip and something touch me, I'll be like, what is that? I haven't seen any new thrips on her, and she's been in the propagation box, living her best life. She's actually doing pretty good. I don't think I've seen her look this good since I had it. This is my Silvery Ann. So my Silvery Ann has been one of those synapses that of my synapses, she's been doing the worst. However, she's still been doing better than some other plants. So she still might get a pass, but I'm gonna put her on the list because one, she was, she was the bring. I don't even think she was the bringer of the thrips, but anywho. So this is my Silvery Ann. Okay. And you know what? I'm thinking now, maybe what I should do is put like a poll up or something in the community chat And you guys can vote on which ones you think I should keep. And of course, the culprit, this is the culprit, y'all. Now tell me this ain't the best this plant has ever looked. I think that was the problem with my sterling the entire time, was that she had thrips. I have never had sterling that has looked this good. These are some of the new the first leaves that came out. So I had treated her. However, I'm pretty sure, because I told you about the thrip life cycle, is that she probably had some eggs buried in her stem. And so those things hatched, and then they caught hold of the stuff on the outside, and they died. And she actually has a leaf that is doing well. She got 2 leaves that are doing well. And she got this little kickstand right here growing. See her? So this is and each one of these has new leaves coming out of it. You know what, different Bachia, they grow like, every time they have a new leaf come, that new leaf has a leaf inside of it, a baby leaf that's ready to come out. So this is the best my sterling has ever looked. However, she's still going on the list, okay? So, because, girl, who got time for struggle plants? Okay, who got time? Who got time? So let me tell you some of the plants that, 2 of the plants that got put out prematurely. I needed to do it when I needed to do it. And that was my Calathea. She was down to 2 leaves. I don't know what her problem was, but whatever. And then the Dracaena that was near her. So those 2 have already left the building. So they don't really get counted in the 30, but if we get desperate enough, we can. So let me go ahead on the count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 16, 19, 22, 23, 24. So we got about 6 more plants that we need to add to this list. Jeez. I don't know. That's hard. Nothing. I can't think of anything back here. Oh, I don't know. This one is hard, y'all. This one is really, really hard. Okay, let me go in the comment section. Because I think I have, that's only going to be 1 plant, though. That's only going to be 1 plant. Oh, thank you, love. Yeah, the big ones are going. The big ones are going because they are less headache, especially that aglet. Ooh, I know one. Let me go get it. It's on the outside. Let me go get it. The aglanemas are going, y'all. Let's go get this one big plant. Okay, I also have one more plant that I think could be on the chopping block. This is my Dieffenbachia camouflage. it went straight out of my head. Look at this. Y'all see what's going on, right? We're gonna talk about it in the next video. But this is what's going on with this. She's got some new growth down there. See that little kickstand right there? That's something new that's popping out. I'm not worried about this plant. What happened? See, what happened was when I walked past the plant, and apparently I must have bent 1 or 2 of the leaves, and that's why she looks like this. But these are also the older leaves, right? So she is getting used to this pot, and she's doing pretty good. This pot is kind of nice. I can see some roots making its way through the little holes, and I guess it's going to do its root pruning, but I'm going to do a video about this planter and give you an update on the use of this planter. And spoiler alert, it has been super easy for those that are, struggling with trying to keep a plant watered and being on time with the watering. This might be a good solution for that. And for me, I was really struggling with the watering of Dieffenbachia. Same with my sterling. Little did I know my sterling had thrips, but outside of the thrips, that was happening as well. So I'm contemplating on whether or not I want to keep her on the list, but really she got to hit the hit list, y'all. Okay, before we put that on there though, let me tell you, my Peru is hitting the hit list. And not because I don't love the Peru, it's because she's not really bringing me joy. I I'm trying to think. There's nothing else out there other than my global green. She's a whole POTHOS. She's going. So I have a ZZ plant, which is already on the list. I have a snake plant, which is already on the list. I have the global green, which is staying. I have the African violets, which are already on the list. Then I have the two that I got rid of, and then I have ZZ, snake, the camouflage, the Peru, another two snakes. Oh, I might have more snakes than I thought, and a bamboo, which the bamboo might go to. So I'm gonna put the bamboo on the list, and I think that puts me really close to where I need to be. And I'm looking around here now. The only other plant that I would be willing to get rid of, which is crazy, is my Australis. I don't know. Okay, so it's a choice between my Australis and my oh it's a choice between my Australis or my Pubicalyx or my Obovata. So I'm gonna put all three on the same list. Pubicalyx, Obovata. Okay. All right, y'all. Thank you. Although they might beg to differ when they like, she putting us on the chopping block. She getting rid of us. I know, I'm struggling. They are super healthy and eating up all your positive energy. I hope not. Yes, I am keeping I'm gonna combine some. So some of my plants are already sort of in that, like my neon. I wouldn't put anything in her pot. I think putting her in a bigger pot, it might be worth it to put her exclusively in a bigger pot because she's already in an 8-inch. So I wouldn't mind pulling her up to a bigger pot, but then she wouldn't fit on the shelf. And so there's this little dance I'm doing. Oh, my crinkle 8. My crinkle 8 might be one that I would be willing to get rid of. I think I'm gonna put that down as a solid. Crinkle 8. And let me show you her really quickly. Once again, it's not because I don't hold tight. Don't be touching me like that. It's not because I don't love her, because I do. And she's on the cutest little trellis, and she's got peduncles, right? She even got double peduncles down there. She needs to be watered. It's not that I don't love her, because I really think she is a gorgeous plant, and I remember her and how fast she took off when she started growing. But at the end of the day, I do feel like I have something that gives me the same representation as this. So yeah, I think she's on the chopping block. It is. You know, sometimes you get down to the point where you just have to make a decision and it's like, ooh, it's hard, but it is what it is. Here's another one. My Gollum fingers. I love this, but I don't think she's gonna make it. She got some babies down here at the bottom. Look at that. And this thing has been, I have been contemplating on whether or not I should cut and propagate this. I have not done it. Do you need water? I feel like I just watered you. But yeah, I'm gonna put this one down here. Gollum fingers. I find it really hard to get rid of all of my snake plants, but this is what this is. Oh, you know what? I don't know though. If I had to get rid of a pothos, it would have to be my Cebu blue. Um, she is growing. I see a lot of new growth. Oh, I see a lot of new growth in here. I have not seen any buggy blues on her, but she also, like I said, all my plants have been treated. She is starting to make a comeback, but she is another one that's been struggling to try to get over the hump. And I think part of it is that I'm not watering her enough. Um, and so if I get in the habit of watering her more often, then I think she would thrive a lot better. But she would be one of the only pothos that I can think of off the top of my head. And now that I think about it, my pothos, I got one that I could get rid of. My syndapsis, I got one that I would want to get rid of. And yeah, I don't have a one aglaonema, so let me put the Cebu blue pothos. Ooh, you can't spell. All right, let me get back in this chat. Right now that Baltic blue, and if I can get her to finish straight, y'all ain't better tell me nothing. Okay? I might, no, I'm not gonna say that out loud, but I might mess around and put a little piece of her in my suitcase. I'm lying. My family can discard after I stop breathing. I do reread my books. Yes, I now I will reread a book, but I think of the three ways of consuming a book, I like reading the actual book and I like audiobooks. I don't like the digital books as much. I'm not a huge fan of digital books, but I do like the audio and I do like to physically read the book. So, but it just so happened that most of the books that I had kept were self-help books. And those, I don't think I mind doing those on a digital medium. But novels and stuff, I like to have the real book in my hand. So I agree. I do reread, but my reading spells are like real sporadic. And I don't know when it's gonna hit. When it does, it hit hard. And I honestly I don't mind rebuying the book. Um so yeah, I think that's maybe my love for books is not as strong as it once was. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't think mine was either until it was time for me to get rid of it. Then it was like, ooh, child. I was trying to figure out how to send you a pic of my African, but you can send it to my email. Check in YouTube under my channel page and it'll show that my email address is visible. You being a member of YouTube can access that from my about page. So send me an email. I donated over 3/4 of my books over my lifetime. That was a lot. I know. Right, girl. If you could have seen me in here trying to get rid of my crafts, child, the struggle is real. I have more crafts than I do clothes. Seriously. See, I am so dead serious. Right now, I have my watercolor, which comes with brushes and paint and paper and, all the things, right? I have quilting. I have, which comes with a sewing machine, a table, you know, rulers and a lot of stuff. So, and sewing stuff. So I'm putting my quilting and my sewing stuff together. I have the diamond painting. I also have the polymer clay. I have so many different crafts. I have kind of put things in categories, and I have some that is regardless of where I go in my life, they are going, and that's my watercolor, right? But I also have the other ones that requires a whole setup, and it's really difficult to set up without having space, like sewing. I mean, yes, I do hand sewing, but the bulk of my stuff is for machine sewing and me cutting out and laying out and all of that stuff. So yeah, it's yeah, yeah, it is. So what I have found is that before I got here, I had a life that allowed me to do those things, but because I had small kids, I would never leave it set up. So I wouldn't leave my sewing machine set up because I didn't want them to get in it and, sew their fingers or do nothing, right? So it would require me to set my stuff up and take it down, which meant that I wasn't sewing as much because I didn't want to have to do that unless I had to. So I would set up and sew for a long time, and I would do that exclusively, and then I would pull everything down. And then I got to a place where I could have spaces for my crafts and everything can stay up and everything was fine. And now I'm moving into a smaller space. I won't be able to do that. And so really, I'm taking my sewing stuff. I'm about to talk myself into something crazy. I'm taking my sewing stuff, but the reality of me really sewing in that space, like me that being a something that I do on a regular, is probably not realistic because I'm living in somebody else's house. I'm not gonna be sewing and taking up a whole bunch of space. I'm not gonna do that like that. So yeah, it's gonna be a challenge. It's gonna be a challenge. Oh my goodness. I love red wine, but just on special occasions. See, I would make up an occasion if I really like the wine that much, but I don't. I want to so bad, but I'm not good. It ain't doing it. I'm very interested in the tiny house movement too. Yes, everything is so cute, right? Oh, but I also love the idea of being able to shut it down and go off and do something else and come back and everything is fine. I don't know. I know the house has the same makeup as a bigger home. Um, but I just feel like it feels more portable or flexible. I don't know. Um, and I love the idea. I think for me, I love more the idea of being near my family, but not being up under them, right? Like I'm near enough where we can have dinner 3 or 4 nights a week, but yet I can have my own privacy and I can have some quiet time or I can have some reflective time where I have my own space. So I love the idea of that. I need proper lighting for house plants. Looking for plants for my patio. My patio main window faces southwest, which has very good light covering and not a lot of sun. Yeah, well, if you have a bright space, and that's what I consider to be a bright space, where the sun is not necessarily beaming and creating hard sunspots, but it's just the whole room is bright. Most plants most house plants that are sold on the market will do fine in a situation like more than fine. They will thrive really well. But you can also get, like I have, you can buy lights. You can, substitute some of the sun and give your plants additional light throughout the day. It doesn't even have to be for a long time. It could be 1 or 2 hours. It could be while you in there reading or spending time in the evening. If you have these lights on, your plants are getting a little bit more light throughout the day, and they will do absolutely fine under those kind of conditions. So having a lot of sun, direct sun, is probably not the best thing for your plants anyway. But a bright room, most plants will do well in a bright room. And if you can give them additional light on top of the bright room light, they will be in heaven. Even the flowering ones. When I got thrips last year, it was from a beautiful, okay. See, I can only imagine that these came from this stupid sterling. But the crazy thing is I have not purchased any new plants at all this year. That goes to tell you, right? Not only do plants grow outside, but the thrips come from outside too. So even if you don't bring in new plants, you can still get thrips because thrips come for the plants. So they can come to your house. You can open the door and thrips can come in. You can bring them in from, the getting your grass cut outside or whatever. Anything, I mean, bugs are portable. So you don't even have to, it doesn't even have to be that you brought them in on a plant. But if I had to guess of which plant was affected first, it was that sterling, I think. Or I could have had it in my collection this whole time and not even known. Right? Please. Now, I held on to my sterling, which is weird because I probably should have tossed it. I wanted to, but I wanted the stupid sterling for so long that I held on to it, not realizing that was probably where I got them from. But by the time I realized I had thrips, it was on something other than the sterling, and I figured just why not. But uh, yeah, my daughter wants to do that. She actually wants to do that. Um, and I wouldn't mind. Hey, Rachel, I would not mind doing that at all. Hey, Rachel, I have chosen my 30 plants. Actually, because my collection is about half and half, I chose the 30 that I think I'm going to get rid of. I'm gonna give you the list in a little bit. I'm gonna re-go over the list in a little bit because I'm actually gonna let y'all go and celebrate my birthday for me today. So, like I said, anybody that gets opportunity to drink a little wine, eat a little cake, dance a little dance, hug a little baby, hear the birds chirp, anything, watch a butterfly, anything that brings you joy, anything that lightens the load, that makes you smile, that makes your heart expand. Please, in honor of me, do that today. Enjoy today to its fullest because today is my birthday. Ooh, 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 ooh. Right. Exactly. You can. I don't take my plants outside. Um, yeah, I don't take my plants outside because I don't I don't want the bugs. I know those are bugs that will get rid of other bugs. Like there are bugs out there that eat the thrips, right? I don't know what they are. I mean, I guess the beneficial bugs will eat the thrips, but then other little bugs, getting earthworms and all those other little things be getting in your plants too. And that's the part where I can't. I count me out. I'm not nature girl, unfortunately. I can't. I ain't built like that. Oh, thank you, love. I retwisted last night. You see my little grays is popping, honey. Look at them grays coming through. Girl, you better show that wisdom. Thank you, love. Yeah, I retwisted last night. So I love it when it retwists, but I also when it fuzzes up too. When it's super fuzzy and you can't see a part, I'm all the way in there. I love it. But I love this look too. It just don't last long. Not on this head of mine. Um, I know you got to tell me how to get. Look, I have to thank Latina Plants because if she hadn't have said nothing about that being a thrip, honey, I would still be walking around here not even realizing that I had thrips. Right. Ooh, I want to continue 6 months in the US. Yeah. Now snowbirding is definitely now an option for me because now that I don't have to be an adult about a house, I could actually snowbird myself, which was one of the appeals of having that chapter in between being an adult with a house and moving somewhere else. I do like a home base though. I've never really lived without a home base, so I kind of want to try it, but I know based off of how I like to move, I know me. I like having a home base because I like the craft and I want to be able to set my house up. And I promise you, I promised myself that I would never live in another house where I don't have a space to craft. I have to create. It has to be a part of it. And I know sometimes we thug stuff out because, we trying to get from point A to point B, but to me it ain't even worth it if I have to take that route because I need a space where I can create. If I have to go buy creative space or whatever, take a class, something, I need to be able to create. I need to be able to do that. Thank you, love. Oh. You are definitely helping me because I probably would be in here crying. I probably would be in here crying if I had to do it by myself. I do have a list. I got 19 written down, but I have several of those types in this category. So I'm gonna go over this list in a second. Ooh, I'm almost at the bottom. Hold on. Girl, more when I tell you more crafts than clothes, and look, I planned it. I was throwing away my clothes like it was nothing. I was like, bye, 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 bye. Because my thought is I have one closet, I have two closets in my bedroom. I have one closet that I am taking abroad with me. So that means that everything that I'm taking abroad needs to fit in that closet. So as I'm packing, I know the things in my head that I said that I'm taking abroad. Because I got this little space in the middle, I can expand what I'm bringing to this new space. So for me, things like sharing some, cookware with my kids or, furniture, like I'm giving away or I'm actually selling one piece of furniture, but the rest of it, I'm pretty much giving it away or selling it for the low low, because I know what it's like to outfit a house or to build a house, and if this is a way that I can help, then I don't mind doing that, right? It's helping both of us because I get to release the energy I have with this piece because I'm giving it or I'm sending it to a home that I know is gonna love it. But trust and believe, I done got my money's worth out of all my furniture. I buy well, I buy good furniture, and I treat it good. And it has lasted me. I know, if you to move more than once or twice, those movers can tear your stuff up. You got good furniture. If you can move 4 or 5 times and the furniture still look good. So I purchased well, and my furniture has really done me well. So I can't complain with that. So I love that I'm able to give it to people who I know, are look what they do with it after me is their business. They can get in there and write their name all over it. It wouldn't make me no difference. But to know that, that's something they don't have to buy and, they can get some good use out of it, I'm loving it. But yeah, I definitely have more crafts than I got clothes. And I don't even feel no kind of way about it. Matter of fact, I got some shoes where I'm just like, we might have to go back and rethink how many boxes of shoes I got. Because I'm like, why? If it ain't a sandal or a tennis shoe, I maybe got one or two boots. If it's not that, I don't see the point. I'm trying to hold on to one dress shoe, but I don't think it made it. I think it went out on the chopping block, and I ain't trying to stop it. Ooh, yeah, I have not been shopping. That's the one thing I don't talk about. I don't go in the store, and I try to stay off of I stay off of Amazon. I don't go in the store. I don't go to, yes, if you got a large patio, these pothos and those aglaonemas love a bright room. They hate bright sunshine, like direct light. They will work beautiful on your patio. Beautiful. And that humidity out there, girl, send me pictures. Aw, aw, thank you, C10. Thank you for celebrating my birthday. Look, every last one of y'all, thank y'all so much for helping me celebrate my birthday today. I'm not sad by any means, but this new chapter in my life is a little, it's, it's, it's different and it's messing with me a little bit. Every once in a while, I'll be like, what are you doing? Wait, what are you doing? But then I bring myself back down and I'm like, girl, no, we doing this. We doing, but there are moments where I'm like, have you lost your mind? You done lost your whole mind. Ugh. So for anybody out there who has a business, like, and they need business, stuff like files, cabinets, folders, that kind of stuff, reach out to me, honey, because we might be able to work up a deal. Because I have some things that I have or had or I have from my old business that I don't think I'm gonna need going forward. That's what I'm thinking. Um, right? I know I've been turning on music too, so I can thank you, love. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. You guys are so sweet. I'm so far behind, but that's all right. Yeah, I have to create. If you notice, my name is Yvette Boone Creates, right? It's not Yvette Boone Plants or Yvette Loves Plants. I do love plants, but I think if I had to choose between the two, I would need to create. I would need it. Although I would not want to live in a world without green space, without plants or greenery. If I no, I don't want a world without it. But if I had to in my home, if I had to choose what I would have, it would have to be I would have to be able to create. I have not been watercoloring. I haven't done any watercoloring or drawing in it's been a minute and it's taken a toll on me. I could tell. It's really taken a toll on me. I've been doing so many other things and being laser focused on doing these other things, trying to build up momentum in other parts of my life. And I get it. I'm one of those people that just get laser focused and I don't know how to let the bone go. But one thing I have come to realize is that in order to really replenish myself, I really need to get rest and I need to create. And I probably need to move my body. So there will be another chapter of me unbigging my back sometime in the near future, but don't hold your breath because cake and fried chicken is real good to me right now. Don't judge me. Actually, John, my house is really not that large. I have a 3-bedroom home, but it's still only like 1,400 square feet. So it's not huge. Um, but it is way bigger than I need. That's why I really am interested in a tiny home. Um, but even that would need to be me and the builder would need to talk because I need to have space for my crafts. And I'm willing to not dumb down, but I'm willing to reduce some of my craft or some of my tools. But see, just speaking of that, like I got tools in my garage. I got like drills and oh my goodness. I love tools. So that's gonna be another hard one for me to go through that garage and mm, I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to talk about that. Add less, do more for yourself. You're right. Yeah. And I find that the less things that I have, like even just walking in my living room, I have less stuff in my living room. There's a lightness. There's a buoyancy to me. It's a weird phenomenon. I wish I'm gonna do some research and see if someone has done studies on this, but I really there's something different. I feel freer not having the things that I didn't even see. They were behind a door, right? They weren't in my face. They weren't cluttering my space. My space has never been cluttered, but them not being there anymore has created a freedom, a space. I can't describe it. Not me personally. Somebody probably can, but I no longer purchase crab products. I think I have enough. However, my tools are old. Some are breaking it. Aw, you know, yeah, I know. I mm, I have so many thoughts. Um, some of the tools I do have in my at my disposal are tools that probably I could go through and throw out. Some of the ones that I really enjoy using, I don't mind spending good money on them and having good versions of them. So, if the tools that you have are old but they work well and they are made well, I say get them fixed and keep them nice and you know. But some of them things you just be like, girl, I don't need this. I can let go of this. Um, right? Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you, love. Thank you. Okay, so let me go over the list really, really quickly because I done held y'all for 2.5 hours. Oh my God, I love y'all. Y'all are so sweet. Okay, the reverted mandula, which I'm gonna try to show you all the ones that are on the chopping block. I'm going to create a community post. I'm gonna put, I think, because I don't know if what I want to do is actually available, but what I would want to do is for you to go and vote for the top whatever number I can come up with of the ones that I should get rid of. Although I think this is pretty much gonna be the solid list. I might have a couple extra on here, but so this is my reverted Manjula. She is trying to make a comeback, but she ain't quite there yet. But we're gonna try to keep up with her watering schedule because I think that's probably been problem number 1, 2, and 3. My teenage peace lily. Hey cutie, she danced too. My jades, I have 2 of them. I really wanted to put them 2 together and make one big one, but I really love these little teeny pots. These pots are the cutest little teeny miniature pots. It is crazy. It's not even like a mouthwash. It's not even a shot glass, I don't think. It's so cute. But it's like a little plastic pot. It's the cutest little thing. And this one actually has a hole in the bottom of it too. So you can actually take it out of this and plant it directly in this. But I love this. So I have 2 of these. My Hartley philodendron, you know what they look like. I have one in a pot, but I also have a big pot of it, a hanging pot of it. She's actually growing really well, but what I think I've come to realize is of the plants that I have, she's not one that really brings me a lot of joy, but she actually is growing pretty well considering. My euphorbia, I put a star by her because I really don't want to get rid of her. But I also realized that I have to pare my collection down. So she was on the list. But really, if I could take her off, she gonna be one that I take off. My Pachyclada. My Pachyclada. This is my Pachyclada. She has flowered once for me already, but she has not flowered in a while and she hasn't really been growing. So yeah, she's not dying or sick or anything. She's not doing it. Um, my Carnosa, ooh, baby. My Carnosa and my Carnosa tricolor. Um, Beautiful, beautiful. I love the pot, still love the pot. I love the heaviness of it. I love the shallowness of the pot. And this thing has been doing very well in here. She could stand to use some more water on a regular basis. And she just finished flowering. Literally, I still got the little flower babies, dead carcasses. I don't want to call it that, but the flower babies are still over here. Ooh, and she's heavy. Still over here on my bookshelf or plant shelf. Let's see. What else? We have my Hushkuliana, right? My Hushkulianas, both of them actually. She experienced a dry patch, and so she's going through back here. I think once I clean her up really, really well and see what I'm working with, I might have to do some snipping to kind of get her rejuvenated because she hasn't been pushing out any new babies here lately. She just had a really good watering not too long ago, so I know she's not short of water. But I also know that sometimes when you miss something with this Hushkuliana, sometimes the comeback be kind of hard. So I might have to cut her and redo her, which will be fine. But if anything, I would probably need to combine this with the other one to get a big enough pot to warrant taking her with me. Um, let's see. My snake plants, ain't no sense in bringing them around. All my snake plants, and I probably have about 6 or 8 of them. I would say I might have maybe 2 or 3 snake plants that are not struggling. Most of them are because I just don't do well with snake plants. They need somebody who is willing to ignore them, and I don't know how to do that well. So my snake plants, my African violets, I have, this is the baby, but I also have 2 big snake plants, mother snake plants. This is just the baby of them. But all of them I think have red backs. The other one has a lighter leaf to it. This is a darker leaf one. One pushes out a pink and white flower, and this one pushes out a purple. It used to be purple and white, but it's now all purple. But I think it depends on the light that you give it and the nutrients that you give it that will determine which color. It's gonna be purple or white. It's not gonna change to yellow. But I think it's either can be purple and white, all purple or all white. So I think it depends on the light and the nutrients that you give it. Uh, my ZZ plants, I have both the black ZZ and the green ZZ. Um, I would consider combining all of them into one big pot. But even with that, I would consider letting all of them go. My Syndaps Silvery Ann. Um, she's actually doing pretty good. I think I showed her just a couple of minutes ago, but let's see. Um, she's actually doing pretty good. Her roots, you can see her roots coming in really nicely. I think that time that she spent in the propagation box has really helped her out, but I did literally see a thrip on her, but she has been thriving ever since. You see, this is a new leaf here, and I want to say that one is a new leaf. So she's actually doing really good. She's got some new babies coming out. So she's actually doing pretty good. This is just of my syndapses, she is probably doing the worst. And by worst, I mean she's just not doing fantastic. Well, she is doing good. She's just not doing as well as the other ones. Um, and then my Sterling, which is also in here because my Sterling was where my synapses was. They were trading places, and I think one spread them to the other. So, but she's actually doing good now. She's actually growing. She's got a growth coming off here, and these growths are coming from the bottom, from the base of this. So she's actually doing pretty good right now. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I trust her. I don't know if I trust her just yet, y'all. All right. My Peru. I didn't bring my Peru in here, but she's actually doing pretty good too. Um, she's pushing out runners, but she's also pushing out new leaves. I originally did not like the way Peru grew. Everyone that I knew had a Peru, they would have these big pretty leaves, and then they start pushing off little leaves, and then the leaves, the internodes were super long, and I just didn't like the growth habit of the plant itself. So when I saw one that was bushy, I was like, oh wow, let me get this. Well, she still grows that same growth habit, and whatever conditions they had, I'm not mimicking. And so she doesn't really give the growth habit that I like. And I feel like it would be a bit of a learning curve for me to get her to do that. So she's on the list. I have a bamboo plant. The bamboo plant is actually, it's a whole thing with that. It's really not a live plant. It's just that you can keep the stick alive by keeping it wet. And what I'm finding is that that don't do it for me. It don't. So the bamboo's on the list. Then I put the australis, the pubicalis, and the obovata. The pubicalis has been growing, but I actually did see a thrip on her. The australis just flowered. The Lisa did, but I also have a gang of australis baby, just the australis. And I don't dislike this plant. It's just when it comes to bringing me joy, I'm not sure if it does that. And then the obovata. The obovata I absolutely love. It's a round leaf plant. Who doesn't love a round leaf plant? But she also has not given me any new growth at all this year. So yeah. My crinkle 8. I love my crinkle 8. I said it about every one of these plants. I do love the crinkle 8, but again, she's not really giving me joy. My Gollum fingers, which did I put that back? I did. It's another succulent, and it's in like a 1.5 inch pot. So those are two things that I really don't want to have to fool with. You know, in my own space, I know how to walk, how to move around my plants because I know which one might fall over or which one is a little fragile. I do not want other people to have to do that. So I'm not going to be dealing with any plants that's in that small of a container. Just not going to be. And even combining all three of them together might put them in a 5 inch pot. And even that, I don't want anything under a 5 inch pot to be fair. So, yeah, there's that. And my Cebu blue. My Cebu blue is, oh, I don't have a Dieffenbachia up here, do I? How did this not make the cut? Somebody looking out for her. The Cebu blue is on the list, but really, in reality, kinda so is this one. I love this plant, but Dieffenbachias on in general give me problems. So if I needed to get rid of a plant, I would be willing to get rid of her. And I would just put something else in this pot to continue using the pot. Because I really do love the idea of this pot. And of the plants that I have issues with watering, it would be either, I think this is another one that would be a good candidate for that pot. Because apparently I don't water this one quick enough as well. So, that is, hey D, hey girl. Yeah, I was talking about that throughout the live about me downsizing my stuff. And I did not realize how much energy was connected to the stuff. And I know we say that all the time about how hard it is to get rid of it, but it was certain things that I knew was going to be hard to get rid of, like pictures and memories, but not other stuff. And I couldn't understand what the energy or the connection was. And so I'm still struggling with that. But I knew my plants were going to be a big issue for me to let go because my plants have been my therapy for so long. Not having my plants is actually not an option. So wherever I go, I'm gonna have some plants, even if it's temporary. Even if I know I'm gonna only be there temporarily, I'm gonna have some plants there that gonna be willing to let go. So I'm trying to carry forth plants that are going to satisfy me as far as me being a plant collector or plant lover, but also be something that my family could take care of, if I needed to go on a long holiday, which I probably will. So I'm noticing, I'm looking at this list. This is here, but it didn't get on the list. So I'm gonna put this on the list, because one, she's in a small pot, and two, because she's in a small pot. Really, that's pretty much the only reason why, because she's really been doing well. So I'm gonna put her in there, numeraloides, and I think that's it. I think that is it. Today is my birthday, Dee. I'm celebrating my birthday. Which my birthday is on the 30th, and I usually go live at 11:30, and I chose 30 plants that I am going to get, actually that I'm going to get rid of. I changed it once I got on screen, because I realized that me moving around, even with my using my cell phone as my camera, it was it wasn't given. So I improvised, and I end up changing it to getting rid of 30 plants, because I actually have about 70 plants in my collection. And so my goal at this point will be, next going forward, is that I'm going to either take these plants and combine them so that I have less pots, because I won't be taking this setup with me. I'm only going to take my two wooden shelves, which let's see, I guess you guys know what they look like. But I'm taking my wooden shelves, and I'm taking floor plants. So if it doesn't fit on the shelf or doesn't fit on the floor, it's not gonna work for me. So I need to have these things, these parameters in place. Otherwise, I'm gonna take all of these. And my daughters would entertain me. They would be like, "Mommy, you can bring all your plants." And I'm like, "Girl, I haven't moved the needle at all by bringing all of my plants and all of my stuff." So, yeah, I was struggling with getting rid of things in my home, but then I saw some kids without house and food. Yeah. I get it. Clearly, I have first world problems, right? When my biggest struggle for the day is whether or not I'm gonna keep a ceramic watercolor dish or settle for a plastic one because it's smaller, right? Definitely first world problems. Um, but I also, I don't want to minimize that this move is not mentally taxing. It mentally, it I mean, it's a level of stress. It might not be the same as a toxic work environment, but it's a level of stress. And it's part of the reason why a lot of people don't make the move and don't do some of the things that they really want to do, because they're afraid of that middle part where you got to walk through the things that are uncomfortable. And so I'm exposing this because I want people to realize that it's not going to kill you, right? It's not going to kill you. There are ways that you can work through the funky part without giving up completely. And there's little compromises that you can make that kind of make it less daunting. For instance, I know when I get where I need to go that I will be able to replenish my plant collection when I get to my final destination. In the meantime, in between time, I can enjoy some temporary plants that I could possibly gift to someone else when it's time for me to actually leave. And so I figured, why not share this experience? Because our lives will all change, whether it's, by choice or by force. And so that change for me is really difficult to make sometimes. I have cried and laughed all through this entire process, and I'm nowhere near finished, right? What you see seems to really look like it always has, but outside of this door, uh, it looks different. It is much lighter and it is a lot less stuff. I had one of my girlfriends come and help me pack up some stuff over the last couple of days, and I don't really have much more to do. I got to get that garage, but once I get that garage done, I could pretty much back a truck up and we can get this party popping. We can definitely get this party popping. Yes, it's my birthday. Thank you. 55. 55. So I'm going to celebrate my birthday. I am going to not think about what I am getting rid of, but I am going to think about what I am keeping. And so one of the things that I want to do going forward is I want to maybe have in this space all the plants that I plan to keep, and hopefully I can get them all on one shelf or on the shelves in the floor. And so that way I can kind of get used to being around those plants and having those plants around me. So I will let you guys know what I'm doing going forward. I have literally kept you guys for 3 hours. And when I tell you my heart is fully expanded, you guys have made my entire day, my entire next month. In fact, oh, and I forgot, I needed to shout out some of my family members, my community members who are also celebrating their birthday this month. Karen, I want to say happy birthday to you. And I'm trying to remember. Oh, I got another one. Ugh. I said I was going to remember the names. You did not. You did not, girl. Karen, and it's gone. It is gone. Oh, I hate that. Let me go. Let me look. I'm going to look because I feel like I need to know this. I need to say it. And I might be jumping the gun because it might have been October. But I also have let's see. No, it is. You're right. It is October. Okay, I was jumping the gun. I have a birthday shout out link, you guys. I'm gonna try to put that in the chat so that you guys, if you want to sign up for the birthday shout out list, what happens is because I love my birthday, I love everybody else's birthday too. So if you sign up for that birthday shout out list, what I'll do is in a video or on the community post during that month, I will shout you out and I will say your name and I will wish you a happy merry birthday, and I will celebrate your birthday in my own day as I'm asking you guys to do again. So I'm going to ask you one more time, and definitely not enough times, that if you if you can eat cake, if you can eat snacks, if you can drink wine, if you can see a butterfly, if you can hug a tree, if you can kiss a baby's neck or eat his little toes, if you can hug a kid, if you can hug an old person, please do so for me today, because this is how I love to celebrate my birthday. I love to connect. I love to be around people. I love to enjoy my people. And so if you can do that today, please do so for me to enjoy my special day. I am 55 years old. That's right. Double nickels, honey. Double nickels. Yes. Oh, well, happy birthday. Happy belated birthday, D. Happy belated birthday. If you like me, wait a minute. Are you a Libra gang? Are you in the Libra gang? Mm-mm. I don't think so. You are, I don't know science that well, but I think August is Virgo. Um, oh, thank you. Oh, I love that. Thank you, love. Oh, thank you. You guys, y'all, I ain't about to cry today. Oh, I'm not crying today. You know, Jade, if you are in the North Carolina or Virginia area, reach out to me in my email. there's a huge real possibility that if you are willing, because my plants have been exposed to thrips. So if you already have a plant collection and you don't want to have to treat all of your plants, this might not be the time for you to get these plants. But if you are in the North Carolina, Virginia area, look in my not in my description, in my YouTube channel in the about section and find my email address. In fact, I could put my email address up here too. I forgot what email I use. There is my email address. And what you can do is you can let me know if you are available to come pick it up. I can't mail. I don't want to mail these plants because let me tell you what the plants come with. They come with the soil and the pot because I can't take nothing, right? So they come with all the things. However, I don't want to mail it because then that's gonna be costly. Unless you're willing to pay for it, it would be a lot easier for me to get rid of it in a different way. So yeah, let me know if you're in the area and you want to exchange your enthusiasm with my plant. Oh, Leos. I don't know what I'm gonna do with y'all. I don't know what I'm gonna do with y'all. Leos and Virgos. Boy, boy, boy. Okay. Leos and Virgos. I tried to get y'all in the Libra gang. Y'all was too fast. All right, you guys. I'm going to get me some coffee and a little bit of brunch because at this point it's like 2 o'clock. And I'm gonna enjoy the. I don't have no cake. I'm gonna find me something to snickety snack on for my B-day. I'm not. Yeah, I'm gonna go and check on the market and do all the things. And you guys be looking out for my next video. I think the next video is going to be my update on how my irrigation system is doing, because that's another thing that I'm taking with me is the irrigation system. I think that will help this out quite a bit, and my plants that is in the Naked Roots planter, because once again, another thing that is going to simplify and make my life easy and make caring for my plants easy when I'm not around. So all right, C Tim, y'all enjoy. Y'all please enjoy the day for me today. I promise you, I can feel the energy when you guys do it because today is my birthday. All right, you guys, it has been a blast. I absolutely enjoyed you guys spending this time with me. 3 hours. 3. They don't do it like we do over here in YouTube. I love it. I love it. I love it. Y'all have a great day. If no one else has said it to you today, have a great day. Bye. I love y'all.